Hi everyone, welcome you all. In our previous videos, we have seen what is trigger and what are the different types of triggers and how to create a trigger and how to test the triggers, right? So in this video, I'm going to show you a few more types of triggers, like how we can create before daily trigger and after daily trigger. So basically before daily trigger will be fired before performing any delete operation on the table. And similarly, after daily trigger will be fired after performing any delete operation on the table. Now let me show you the requirement here. So here, this is my trigger name before salaries delete. And this trigger should be fired on top of salaries table. And when this trigger will be fired, so whenever you do delete operation, so before delete operation on the salaries table, so this particular trigger will be fired. Now if I just look at the functionality of this trigger, and this particular trigger will insert a new row into salaries archives table before a row from salaries table is deleted. So let us say I have a two tables, one is salaries table, the other one is salaries archives table. So whenever you delete a record from the salaries table, automatically before deleting, so it should add that entry in the salaries archive. Okay, so salaries archive is a table which contains a history. So whenever you try to delete a record from the salaries table, the same record will be inserted into salaries archive, and that will be done by this particular before salaries delete. Okay, so for that we need two tables. One is salaries table and the other one is a salaries archives table. So salaries archive table, the data will be inserted in the salaries archives table by using trigger. And whenever you try to delete the record from the salaries table, the same record will be added to the salaries archive, and that will be the before delete operation. Okay, now we need two tables. One is salaries table, the other one is salaries archive table. So let's create these two tables first of all. And this is a code which we have. Let me just go to MySQL and let me open MySQL command prompt, MySQL query editor. And here I'm just using classic models database. I say use classic models. So this is my database I'm just using. And now it is connected to my database. Now I'm just executing these queries. So this statement create table salaries, which will create a new salaries table, and which contains the three columns: employee number, valid from, and a salary. And salaries, this is a table which we are going to insert the data in the salaries table. Okay, so this is also salaries table, and we are trying to insert the three different records in the salaries table. So one is 1002, 1056, 1076, and so on. And salaries values are 50,000, 60,000, and 70,000. So this is a statement which will create a new salaries table, and this is a table which will insert a records in the salaries table. Now let me just create a salaries table. Okay, so once the table is created, now let us go and insert the records in the salaries table. Okay, now I have inserted some records in the salaries table. Now let us display the data. Select a star from salaries. So when I execute this record, which will display the data which is there in the salaries table. Now currently we have three records in the salaries table. Now my requirement is I just want to develop a trigger, and whenever you delete a record from the salaries table, and that record should be inserted in the salaries archive table. So for that we need salaries archive table. So this is the creation. Let me just execute this statement. This will create a salaries archive table, and whatever columns we have in the same salaries table, the same columns will be there in the salaries archive, along with the employee number, valid from, salary, and it will additionally add timestamp when exactly that record is deleted, and ID by default it will be created, and which is created as an auto increment. Okay, now let me just execute this script, and which is created salaries archive table. Now salaries archive table is ready. Now let me just select the data, select the star from, and the table is a salaries archive. So let me just fetch the data from the salary archive. So currently there is no data because we have not inserted any data into this, but in the salaries table we have three records. Okay, so now the tables are ready. Now in the salaries table, three records are available. In the salaries archives table, there are no records available. Now I need to develop a trigger, and when the trigger will be fired, so whenever you're trying to delete the record from the salaries table, and before deletion operation, first we need to insert the same data in the salaries archive and then perform the delete operation. And that should be done by the trigger. So the trigger should be fired before deletion operation. That means we need to create a before delete trigger. So for that, I'm just going to create one small trigger. So this is a trigger which we are going to create. So now if I just look at the trigger definition, I set the delimiter here and create a trigger. This is the trigger name before salaries delete. And the type of the trigger is before delete on salaries table. And inside the begin and end section, we have written one statement here, insert into salaries archive. And what are the details we need to insert? Employee number, valid from and salary values. And these details we will get it from the existing row, which is there in the salaries table, because whichever row we are going to delete from that row, it will capture the salary and the employee ID information, and that will be stored inside the salaries archives table. So this is a statement will be executed by the trigger. So insert into salaries archive and employee number, valid from and salary. So these are the three details I'm entering inside this archives table, salaries archives table. Right, old dot employee number, old dot valid from, old dot salary. What is old is representing? Old is representing the table which is already have some data. So if you want to fetch the data, we can use a old keyword. So now this is the particular trigger we created, and after creation of the trigger, again reset the delimiter with the semicolon. Okay. Now let me just create this trigger. So as soon as you executed this, now the trigger is created. So now we will see whether trigger is created or not. For that, we will use show triggers. And this will give you the list of triggers which you created in the database, and check your trigger is present in this list or not. So you can just check here before salary is deleted. So you can just look at here. This is a trigger which is created. Fine. So now the trigger is also ready. The salaries table contains the 3 records. Now currently salary archives don't have any records. It is completely empty table. Now let us test this trigger, whether it's working properly or not. So for that, we need to write a test case. So let me just go through the test cases. So to test the trigger, what we need to do first, we need to delete the record from the salaries table. Okay, let us try with one record. So let us try to delete the record from the salaries table. Then what happens immediately? Our trigger will be fired and the same details will be inserted into the salaries archive table. So as soon as you deleted this record, immediately try to query the data from the salaries archive. And what is your expected here? The trigger should be invoked and insert a new row in the salaries archive table. As soon as we remove the row from this salaries table, the same row will be inserted in the salaries archive by the trigger. So we are not going to insert anything in the salaries archive. So trigger will do that. Now, let me just test it. First of all, let me execute this query. So let me just delete the record from the salaries table. So delete from salaries where employee number 1002. So I'm just deleting the first record. So let me just delete it. So now the deletion operation is successfully done. And after deletion, let's just look at the salaries table. Now we have only 2 records. First record is deleted, and the deleted record should be inserted inside the salaries archive table. And that should be done through trigger, which we created. Right now, let me just execute salaries archive. Previously, we don't have any records in this. Now, as soon as you search salaries archive, now you can see the same record is inserted in the salaries archive. So whenever you do delete operation from the salaries table, immediately whatever the records you deleted from the salaries table, the same record will be inserted into salaries archive table by the trigger. And now you can just look at the whichever record we deleted, the same employee number and then salary information and valid from and where when it is got deleted, timestamp also inserted in this table. So that means trigger is working perfectly fine. So this is a one test. Now let me just do one more test. So after selecting the salary archives, we will able to see the record. Now let us see deleting all the records. So once you delete all the records from the salaries table, and then those records will be inserted in the salaries archive table. Okay, that is also done by the trigger. Now let us test this. So currently we have how many rows? We have only 2 rows because one row we already deleted. Now currently we have only 2 rows. Now I'm trying to delete these 2 rows also. So for that, we will write one more query. So it's just say delete from salaries I'm just removing the condition. That means what? Which will delete all the data from the salaries. That means 2 rows will be deleted. Now, when you delete this, now 2 rows got deleted. So when I just look at select star from salaries, now there are no records there. Now, if I just look at the salary archives, now we have a 3 records, because the first records, this entry is already inserted earlier when you delete the first record. Now, after that, 2 records I have deleted from the salaries table. Those 2 records information is also inserted in salaries archives table. And this is done by the trigger. Okay. So that means our test cases are perfectly working and they are passed. So this is how we can test the trigger. And this is example for before delete operation, before delete trigger. Now let me just show you one more type of trigger after delete operation. Now this is another type of trigger. Now let me just tell you what is this trigger will do. So the name of the trigger is after salaries deleted. And this trigger should be fired after deletion operation completed. After deletion operation completed. So what is the functionality of this trigger? So we need to have 2 tables. One is salaries table. The other one is salaries budgets table. So whenever you delete a record from the salaries table, okay, so updates the total salary in the salaries budget table after a row is deleted from the salaries table. So what does it mean is, so first of all, we have 2 tables. One is a salaries table. The other one is a salaries budget table. 2 tables we have. Now in the salaries table, let's say I have multiple salaries like this. Okay, now what is a budget table? Contains a budget table by default contains a total number of salaries. First, we need to make sure the salaries budget table contains the total of all the salaries. Let's say 1000 plus 2000 plus 3000, total is 6000. Let's say 6000 is there in the salaries budget table. Now what we need to do is, let us try to delete one record from the salaries table. So let's say whichever record is having 1000 salary, I'm trying to delete it. Then what happens in between? What our trigger should do is, our trigger will minus this value from the total value of the salaries from the salaries budget table. So what is our trigger should perform is, whatever the record we are deleting from the salaries table and whatever the salary we have with that row, and that salary value should be deducted from the total salary value from the salaries budgets table. So that is a functionality of this trigger. And this operation should be performed after deletion operation. So as soon as you deleted this, immediately what happens? Our trigger should deduct this value from the total value of the salary from the salaries budgets table. Okay, so this is how the trigger works after delete operation. So as soon as you deleted this record, immediately it will capture the value, salaries value from the salaries table, and that is representing by old, and that should be deducted, or that should be minus from the actual total salary from the salaries budgets table. So this is the functionality of this trigger. Now for this we need 2 tables. One is salaries table, the other one is a salaries budgets table. So we already have a salaries table, and I think we already removed the data from the salaries table. So let us try to insert the record in the salaries table, and then we need another table called salaries budgets table. Okay, so let us create them. So if it's already salaries table existed, we can just delete it and create another table. Now let me just execute these queries. Okay, so if salaries tables already existed, I'm just dropping the table by executing this command, drop table if exist salaries. Now the table is got dropped. Now I'm recreating the salaries table with the few columns like employee number, varied from, and salary. And after that, I'm inserting 3 different rows in the salaries table. So 3 different rows I have inserted. Now the salaries table contains a data. Now we can just say select a star from salaries. So this particular query will give you 3 records. Currently we have 3 records in the table, 3 records. So now we don't have another table, right? So that is your salaries budget. So I think we already created this salaries budgets table also. Let me just fetch the data from this. Select the star from salaries budgets. And if not, we need to create. Okay, so this table is not there. So we need to create it now. So let me just execute these 2 queries. The first query will create the salaries budget table, which contains only 1 column, which is a total column. And this total column contains a total salaries of or total salaries from salaries table. So let me just create this table. Now it is created. Now in this, I'm just going to insert some data. So what's the data I want to insert? Whatever the data we have in the salaries table, I want to add all these values, salaries values like 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. I will perform the total of these salaries. And then I will add the total value into salaries budget table that contains only one column, that is a total column. And inside this column, I just want to add a value salary, sum of salary. And what this query is, which contains the two queries actually. Select the sum of salaries from salaries. What this query will return, which will return the total sum of salaries from the salaries table. And that value we are inserting into salaries budget of total column. Now, when I insert this, when you execute this code, and now select the record from the salaries budget. Select star from salaries budgets. So when I execute this query, so now we have a total value. So whatever the salaries we have in the salaries table, it counted or it is added all the salaries, and the total salary value is available in the salary budget. Okay, now perfectly fine. So now what I want to do is we need to create a trigger, and what the trigger will do, whenever you perform delete operation on the salaries table, and corresponding salary value should be deducted from the total value of the salary budget table. So that is a functionality of your trigger. Okay, because the total value is representing sum of all the salaries. And suppose I just want to delete the first record. What is the value here? 50,000. So as soon as you deleted this record, that 50,000 value should be deducted from the total value from the salaries budget. Okay, for that we need to create a trigger. So let me just create one trigger here. So this is a trigger implementation, a small trigger. Let me just execute here. Because this is execute only one single statement, so begin and end section is not required. So create a trigger name after salaries delete, after delete trigger on salaries table. This is the name of the trigger is after salaries delete, and salaries is the name of the table. And what the trigger will do, which will update the salaries budget table, set the total equal to total minus old dot salary. That means what? Whatever the total value which is already there in this table, the total value minus, and whichever the record we deleted from the salaries table, and that record contains the salary value that is representing by old. So old dot salary. So from the total value of the from the salaries budget table, we are detecting the salary value which is deleted record from the salaries table. Now, as soon as we detected this value, the new value will be set to the total value. Okay, so this is the trigger. Just I'm executing and creating the trigger. All right, so now the trigger is created. So as soon as you created the trigger, then we will need to test the trigger. So for that, we need to write a test cases. Now let me show you the test cases for this trigger. So how to test the trigger? So first of all, we will try to delete the row from the salaries table, and then check the salaries budget table, whether the total value is detected or not, or total values reduced or not. That we need to test. So let me delete the first record from the salaries table. Okay, so delete from salaries where employee number equal to 1002. Before that, let me just select the data. Select a star from salaries. So execute. Now we have a 3 records, and again select a star from salaries budget table, right? So in the salaries budget table, we have total sum of salaries, so which contains a 80,000. If I just look at here, which contains a 180,000. So this is the current value which we have in the salaries. We have a 2 records, sorry, 3 records we have, right? So 3 records we have. Let me execute one more time. So which contains the 3 records. Now this particular salaries budget contains only 18,000. So these are total value of all salaries from salaries table. Now when I execute this query, delete query, what will happen? So after delete trigger will be triggered. So after delete trigger will be fired. So what the trigger will do, as soon as you delete from salaries where employee number 1002, as soon as you deleted this record from the salaries table, and whatever the salary value we have associated with this record, that value should be reduced from the total value, right? If I just look at this, the first record value is 50,000, right? Let me just remove that record or delete the record. Now it is deleted. And after deletion, if I just look at the salaries table, there is no record. Now, automatically the trigger will update the value from the salaries budget because that value we need to reduce. So when I execute this, now previously 18,000 or something is there. So this is the value which we have. Now 50,000 is got reduced. Now it becomes a 1,30,000. Okay, so this is the value is set by the trigger. So now what we need to understand here, as soon as you deleted a record from the table, after deletion, this particular trigger is fired. After delete trigger is fired, and that trigger is updated the total value of the salary inside the salary budgets table. Okay, so this is the one test which we created. Now let us delete all the rows from the salaries table. So once you delete all the rows from the salaries table, what we should do now? Whatever the total sum we have salaries, all the salaries value should be reduced, right? And finally it should become 0. That's our expected. Now let me delete all the records from the salaries table. Okay, so this is the query I'm executing. So delete from salaries. So I just deleted all the salaries. Now I don't have any records. But similarly, the trigger also should update the total salary in salaries budget. Now, if I just execute this select star from salaries budget, now it becomes a 0 because we don't have any entries in the salaries table. So the salaries budget value is 0. So this is how we need to test all combinations of trigger, whether it's working fine or not. Okay. So this is how we can just create a trigger. First, we need to understand the requirement, what exactly the trigger will do, on what tables will be affected by the triggers. And first we need to understand the requirement, and accordingly we need to create the test. And as soon as you execute your test cases, and our trigger should be fired, and it will perform certain operations on target tables. Okay, so that's how we need to test the trigger. So far we have seen different type of triggers from the last videos. We have seen before insert trigger, after insert, before update, after update, before delete, and after delete. So these are the 6 different types of triggers which we can create in the database. And we need to write a test cases, and for that we need to first understand what is the trigger functionality and what are the different tables it will impact. And once you understand the functionality and the tables, and we need to make sure those tables are available in the database, and also we need to check those triggers are already created by the developers. And after that we need to write our test cases and test triggers are perfectly working fine or not. So here we are directly executed the commands through through query editor, right? Sometimes your application, through application also, you will send the operations, like you do some DML operations like insert, update, delete, these operations. And obviously what happens internally, the trigger automatically fired. So in that case also, you need to check the data is properly updating or inserting in the tables or not because of the triggers. So that's how we need to test the triggers. In the next video, we will see another concept. So that's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see in the next video.